Hi, everyone. Hello. Thank you so much for attending our webinar. We have the infamous Aunt Cheryl back on today. And many of you know Maya, our nurse injector here. So Maya's with me because we're going to do a team effort, a dual effort today. So today we are talking about necks. And Cheryl is so beautiful. She's got a great face. She's got great laxity. Look, where are the jowls here? There's like barely anything there. But we decided today we want to work on her neck. And from conversations with a lot of patients, I feel like it's a very common topic, and for myself included. So when we look at Cheryl, everyone's neck is different. So when we look at Cheryl, we're seeing a little bit of laxity here. And I already warned Cheryl that we're going to talk about her neck. So we are having tough love right here. And she's more than willing. Thank you, Cheryl. So we have a little bit of laxity here. It's causing skin texture, a little bit of what we call crepiness in the central area. She doesn't have any fat here. So that we have going for us, but we have this loose skin. And some people come in and they're like, I don't want a turkey neck or I don't want a chicken neck. You pick your term. But in this area, what this responds to is actually a little bit of pulling back. So when we do this, you see that her skin has movement. And that means if we thicken the skin in this area, we'll get some movement back like that. So not like a facelift, unfortunately, but we do have things that are safe, effective, and predictable to treat this. So the first thing we're going to do, if you can see some of this laxity here, you can see that her skin would benefit from a little bit of tightness and thickening of the skin. The neck is very thin skin. It gets crepey, like I said. So we're going to work on that by using SoftWave to thicken the skin, use or create extra collagen, extra elastin, and it's also going to give us some tightening too. Then step 2 today is going to be, I'm going to go in and put a little bit of filler underneath the skin to, again, thicken this area and pull back. So when we pull back, it's just going to give her smoother, younger looking neck. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And we'll talk about more depth on this too, how we'll do that. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. So I am going to step out. We are going to talk about all things neck in another room. And Maya is going to treat Cheryl with the SoftWave right now. And so then we'll come back and Cheryl, I'll see you at step 2, where we'll be doing the filler.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Okay, you guys in a second. Hello, it's me again. Oops, let's get this off the ceiling. I think it's still there. Hi, guys. It's me. I'm not on the ceiling. We are just switching things. There I am. Okay, switching things around a little bit. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much again for joining us. So here we go. Let's do this. Why does the neck age? Why is every person practically on earth concerned about their neck, especially women, but also men? Why does every patient comes in to talk to me about anti-aging, when to treat their neck? Well, the neck ages faster and the skin is thinner. And so because it ages faster and the skin is thinner, we have less options. But here's some things that contribute to the aging faster part. So we have genetics. Some of us are blessed with good genetics, some of us are not. And so we have ways that you can fight your genetics. So if you are looking at your mom's neck, your dad's neck, and saying, I don't want to age like that, the earlier we start preventing, the easier it's going to be for you to prevent those changes and the more effective that we can be. Number two, sun exposure. How many people are putting sunscreen on their neck every single day? Hopefully you're doing this now, but that may not have always been the case. So by using sunscreen every day on the skin, you're preventing aging. But I'm guessing when you were a teenager, that might not have been happening. There might even be times now when that's not happening. The increased sun exposure to our face, to our neck will cause increased aging. We have the luxury of having amazing skincare, over-the-counter skincare regimens, ones that are extremely effective, so much more effective than when I started practicing over 20 years ago. And these products really work, but the majority of people are only putting them on their face. We can also apply them to our neck to get the anti-aging benefits, but a lot of people are not doing that. Or if they're doing it now, they may not have always done that. So that's another factor that can contribute to quicker aging neck. And of course, weight fluctuations, especially with the advent of semaglutides. We're seeing a lot of patients fluctuating in weight. Any sort of weight loss, unfortunately, is going to result in a little bit more sag to the skin. So what are some things you can do at home? There's always something that you can do at home, and prevention is really the best way to conquer aging, just like many things in medicine. So you can stay hydrated. You can exfoliate the neck, so you can exfoliate weekly. You can do a very mild exfoliator daily or every other day. A lot of times you do find the neck is more sensitive because the skin is thinner, so weekly is a great recommendation. And as mentioned earlier, include your neck in your daily skincare routine and apply sunscreen to the neck. What can we do if our neck is already aging and we want to have some solutions for it? I want to tell you a quick story. I am pretty sure my friend Mia is on this webinar, and I was starting to really feel self-conscious about my neck in the last 1 to 2 years, I would say. And I started doing more things. I started doing these things listed. In fact, I've done every single thing except the Agnes on this list for my neck, and just gradually, it was something here and there whenever we had time in clinic. So fast forward to a few months ago, my friend Mia said to me, she gave me the best compliment. She said, Brenda, your neck is so smooth and so tight. It looks like a swan's neck. It's so graceful. And I have never in my life had a compliment on my neck. And so I just really took that to heart. I'll never forget it. And I just want to use that as an example, because even if you're already feeling like your neck is aging and you're very discouraged, we can do these things and we can make an impactful difference. And you can be getting compliments on your neck that come out of nowhere. I was absolutely floored. I didn't even know what to say when she told me that, because I had been thinking my neck was in bad shape. And so to get a compliment like that was just really, really cool. So we'll talk about each of these technologies. And if you've attended my webinars before, you may be familiar with these technologies. We're not going to spend too much time on them. And then I'm going to tell you how we can mix and match them to give you the best results. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is one of our favorite treatments called SofWave. This device uses ultrasound to heat the skin, and it's very focused ultrasound. It goes right into the middle of the skin where the collagen is and where the elastin is. And the light or the energy source, which is ultrasound, goes into the skin, heats that area of the skin, and you get new collagen, new elastin. So new elastin makes the skin extra bouncy and youthful. New collagen makes it tighter. Both of them make the skin look brighter, more youthful. And some of that heat diffuses down to the connective tissue layer, the deeper layer that is responsible for pulling everything tight. And when that heat goes down to that level, it will contract and pull things a little bit tighter. So you'll see examples of this. We love this procedure because it is quick, it is easy, it's safe, it's predictable, and zero downtime or restrictions. Let me say that one more time. Zero downtime or restrictions. That's probably the strength of this treatment, is the lack of downtime. So it's a great treatment to do in the summer because it doesn't matter if you come in with a tan. It's okay to do before you're traveling, have a party, go on vacation, etc. So that's a really huge strength of this procedure. There are other ultrasound devices on the market. However, they are not as predictable, in my opinion. So there are some ultrasound devices that will give 10% of their patients a really great result, and then 90% of their patients something so subtle that you cannot notice it. That is not this device. So this device is predictable. And again, that's why we love it. So for the neck, again, we are going to stimulate collagen, elastin, and pull the neck tighter. The treatment itself will take maybe like 20, 30 minutes. And Maya's currently doing that for Aunt Cheryl in the other room. So it's very, very quick, very easy. Maya and our estheticians are extremely good at doing this. They can do it very quickly. They do it in a way that's distracting. And so while the treatment feels hot, it's extremely doable. And we get great results. So here's some examples. So look at the necklace lines in this patient. And then the second thing is when we're taking photos of the neck, we have to think about the thickness of the neck, how, excuse my bluntness, but how fat the neck is. So if you have a neck and you tighten it, it's going to look smaller than if you have a bunch of loose skin pulling down here. So when you look at these photos, think about that. So we see that her skin is tightened, her neck looks more slender, more swan-like, if we use Mia's analogy. And look at those necklace lines. They've improved without any filler because everything's just pulled tighter. So, and look at the, just like you can see the wavy skin underneath her chin and how that's tighter in the after picture. So the only thing she had done was one treatment of the SofWave, and this was taken 3 months afterwards. We usually see the best results 3 to 6 months after treatment. You will see a little bit of skin tightening actually immediately after treatment too. So it's kind of nice. You walk out looking a little bit better than you were when you came in. Okay, another amazing patient. So again, look at the necklace lines. They are diminished greatly. Again, no filler. This is immediately after treatment. You see how I said immediately you can see some tightening? So this patient is going to get better and better results over time. But this is right afterwards. Look how much thinner her neck looks. And again, that comes from everything being tighter. And so here we see immediately afterwards, this little saggy area. This is really hard to get rid of because it is a culmination of everything coming down, and then gravity makes it just settle here, and it's just hanging here. And so it's, you know, it's a combination of our facial skin and our neck skin. So after we treat the neck and even the lower, sometimes when we treat the lower face, we see the neck improve. And that's an example of what's going on here. So you can see immediately after, her neck is sharpened, her jawline is sharpened, and look at the quality of her neck skin. It just looks more youthful and tighter. So same patient, this is 3 months after one treatment. Look at those necklace lines. Look how tight the skin looks, and look at the quality of the skin. She just looks amazing. And this is only after one treatment. Okay, so this patient has a little bit more laxity, a little bit thinner skin. She's getting started a little bit later in life. And you can see after one treatment, we see a tightening of that difficult to treat area right here. You see that the little folds in her skin, while they're not gone, they're significantly better. And the skin just looks healthier. It looks thicker. And you can really see just after one treatment that her skin has changed. It has permanently changed. She's going to age, of course, at the same time, but this is 5 months after. And like I said, the results keep getting better until the 6-month time. Okay, so then she came back and had another treatment. This is 1 month after 2 treatments. Again, you can see the fullness under her neck is going away. It's getting better and better. You can even appreciate that her jawline is more defined because the skin in that area is tighter. And even look at the jowl area, even though her jowls were not treated, the jowls look softer and smaller. Why? Because we are pulling back at this neck skin, and that's also going to pull on the lower face. So really, really cool treatment, safe and effective. Next, we're going to talk about Agnes. Agnes, instead of using ultrasound as its energy source, it uses radio frequency as its energy source. And we have a device that uses radio frequency in an extremely precise way. And that's what kind of sets it apart from other modalities in the same category. So we use this energy in such a precise way, we can have different flexibilities with it. So we can lift, we can tighten, we can get rid of excess fat. Because it's so precise, we don't do it to whole face, we don't do it to the entire neck, we do it to sections. So when we treat the neck, we typically treat a couple of inches, the area above the thyroid, basically. So we treat the front. If there's fat in this area, or if there's fat hanging down from the jowls, we will treat that area and then get rid of extra fat. And then we will tighten in this area, which will help with jowls, define jawline, neck texture, and neck tightness. So you get all of those with this device. You get collagen regeneration. And again, the monopolar radio frequency is responsible for the preciseness. I like doing this procedure because it uses a lot of, it's kind of like sculpting. Because it's very precise, it gives us as the treating doctor or provider the flexibility to treat each patient individually. It's not cookie cutter. I adjust the treatment as each patient needs. And again, it's kind of like sculpting based on someone's face and how they've aged over the years. It's really, really cool. One of my favorite things to do. So we're going to tighten saggy skin. We're going to reduce skin laxity, and we're going to reduce fat pockets in the jowl area and in the double chin area. So here are a few examples. This was treated by Maya. You can see that double chin area underneath the chin. It's tighter. It's reduced in size. The fat area is reduced in size. So that pocket, if we're going to squeeze it in the before picture, it would be much bigger there than it is in the after picture. There's less volume there. Look at the necklace lines. They look improved. Look at this neck itself. It looks tighter, more swan-like. Again, another patient treated by Maya, different patient. You can see double chin area looks smaller. Look at her jawline. See how it looks more defined and tighter. Look at the texture just under the double chin area. See in the before picture how it's kind of saggy, wobbly, and then see in the after how it's tight. This patient had 2 treatments. And then again, tighter, jawline more defined, skin in the neck is looking healthier and tighter. Here's a patient of mine. We treated the neck just one time. You can see the jowls look better and smaller because I pulled the neck back. You can see the neck itself looks smaller and smoother because we've tightened it. The texture is way better. The neck just looks healthier. And many of you have seen this patient before. This is the very first patient I treated with Agnes. She had a great result. Look at the texture, just the tightening. And she once commented on one of the webinars that her improvement kept getting better for an entire year. And I agree with that, by the way. I just mentioned to one of my patients yesterday, the first about 125, 150 patients we treated, we tracked those patients. So we took pictures, baseline, of course, 3 months, 6 months, and then we tried to do 12 months. I think that the results keep getting better for 12 months. However, you're going to see the majority of your results at month 3 to 4. And then here's another patient. You can see double chin area. If we're going to pinch it, much smaller in the after photo. You can see those folds less foldy because the skin is tighter. Her skin just looks thinner, smoother, younger. Less skin laxity, less saggy. Look at the jowl area, so much more improved just by treating the neck. Look at the definition of her jawline. Look at the improvement of the necklace lines, and look at how much tighter underneath the chin that she is after 2 treatments. Moving on to threading. Threading is when we take tiny medical grade threads, or you can think of them as sutures. So when we take a skin cancer out, we use suture, and some of the stitches we leave underneath the skin and your body takes care of them. The others we leave on top. They come out in 7 to 10 days. And these threads are the ones that stay underneath the skin, but a different setting. In this setting, we're going to talk about a cosmetic use for them. So there are 2 types of threads. There are PDO threads and PLLA threads. I prefer the PDO threads, and sometimes I do mix and match the PLLA. The PDO threads are really thick, and they're going to provide texture. They're going to provide a lot of lift. The smooth, and there's of the PDO threads, there's smooth and there's barbed. Barbs have little hooks on them, so we use those underneath the jawline to really pull back and sharpen the jawline. So literally, I go in and just put a little thread underneath here. It's got little hooks on it. It grabs onto your collagen, and then I literally pull it tight. It's pretty cool because we can see the results right away. Excuse me 1 second. I think I have to sneeze. Ooh. Excuse me. Okay. Then the smooth threads, they are teeny tiny. It looks like thread you're going to sew with, you're going to repair a button with. And I put those underneath, a bunch of them underneath the skin. And as they're getting broken down by your body lays down collagen. And same thing with the thicker threads too. They will eventually be broken down. The ones we use tend to go away after 6 months, in my opinion. And when we break down those threads, your body replaces with collagen, so we still get extra firmness. Most results for the threads will last for 12 to 18 months, sometimes longer. I have had threads put in my neck. It is a great procedure. It really helps with texture, collagen. It smooths. In the neck, I often do use the different type of thread I mentioned earlier. It's called PLLA thread. It's the same product that Sculptra is made out of, and it will stimulate your collagen and produce a little volume. For threads in the neck, that translates to thicker skin, and that is useful for tightening the skin. It's not going to give you a fat neck. It's not that collagen stimulating. It's only collagen stimulating in a way that will actually thicken the skin and make it stronger and pull it back. So here are a few before and afters. So before, you can appreciate this patient's skin is quite heavy, and she had a lot of laxity going on underneath her chin. And so afterwards, after I put that thread underneath her neck, and I may have put another one underneath the neck and do that on both sides, and I'm sorry, underneath the jawline. You can see the jowls are tighter because I've just pulled everything back, and then that area of laxity is much less. And this can happen right after. Results look the best 3 to 6 months after, but right after treatment, we can see some pretty good results. So in this patient, I not only did that, you can see the definition in her jawline after treatment and the reduction in the jowls. You can also see the improvement of the texture, and that is due to the smooth threads and the PLLA threads. So we've thickened the skin looks healthier, it tightens, her neck looks smoother, it doesn't look quite as thick, and texture is greatly improved, less crepiness, less wrinkles in the front. So again, you see this illustrated beautifully in this photo. The area under the neck is much slimmer, smoother, texture is better, necklace lines are way better. And once we improve someone's texture, that really is long lasting. So the laxity, the skin coming back down, sometimes we do that every 12 to 18 months, but this texture, it's going to continue, it's permanently improved. So same thing here, we see improvement in the texture, the laxity, the jowls. She looks great. And so moving on to Fraxel. Fraxel is a laser. I'm sure you've heard me talk about this if you watched any of my webinars. It greatly improves skin texture, and it really, really tightens skin. So we have the Fraxel Dual. The Fraxel Dual has 2 lasers within it. There's one that's called the 1550 nanometer wavelength, and that goes deeper. And so it does a lot of skin tightening. It's really, I would say, it's probably a gold standard for scarring, acne scars, surgical scars, etc. It helps with fine lines, wrinkles, skin texture. The 1927 nanometer laser targets a more superficial layer of the skin, and it really helps with crepiness, dark spots, discoloration from acne scarring. So a lot of times we'll mix and match these depending on how the patient is presenting to us. So if the patient comes in and we need a combo, we need the deeper one around the mouth for mouth wrinkles, we need the more superficial one everywhere else for brown spots, texture, crepiness, we can customize that for our patients. And so it's really useful to have these 2 wavelengths in one laser so we can use them both together for one treatment. So here's an example of someone who had a lot of laxity. And when it gets to the point where you're seeing this much laxity, sometimes it's a little bit harder to treat, but you can see after one Fraxel treatment, we have achieved some tightening there. Also, I do want to point out in this patient, I have previously put filler in her neck as well. So what you're seeing in the before picture, that's after she's had the filler. But I do think when we do these things in combination, it helps to get the result we're looking for. So the after photo, you see she has had no filler since the before photo, but with one treatment of the Fraxel, we were able to achieve these results. And I think in part because we've done a few other things for her. Here's another example of just Fraxel, before and after. Skin looks better, tighter, necklace lines improved, just with a laser. And then patients who have a lot of sun damage resulting in brown spots in that area, you can really see a dramatic before and after. And then look at this patient's texture afterwards. It's absolutely beautiful after one treatment of Fraxel. Finally, let's talk about Radiesse, and this is what I am going to perform in a few minutes. Radiesse is FDA approved, and it is classified as a biostimulator. I usually explain to my patients that this is a hybrid between a filler and Sculptra, which is collagen stimulator. So it will stimulate collagen, but not as much as Sculptra. It will give you some instant results, and it's used beautifully on the neck. It's my favorite product to inject on the neck. We use a special technique that has been shown to produce more collagen, but we still get instant gratification. So filler is kind of like any filler. You will have risk of bruising, no makeup for 2 days. I usually say don't exercise for a couple days, but it's very easy. It's very quick. When I show you on my Aunt Cheryl, it is one of those things, it looks a little bit more difficult than it actually is. So it can look a little bit scary, but it really does not feel scary. I've had it done in my own neck. It's a piece of cake and the results are great. So Radiesse, what is it? It's comprised of tiny little spheres that can lift and fill and stimulate collagen. And it also stimulates elastin. So it's immediate fill and also delayed gratification of new collagen, which increases the radiance and the glow of the neck skin. And so you get instant gratification plus some long-lasting results. Here's an example after one treatment with Radiesse. And again, after one treatment with Radiesse, extremely natural skin texture is improved afterwards. This is a very easy treatment to do. And if you keep this up, your results just keep getting better and better over time. So what does this mean for you? And what does this mean, more importantly, for your neck? So putting this all together, I am here to help you. You do not have to memorize these slides and decide which treatment is for you. For many of these things, I do recommend, because almost everyone is a candidate for these things. So a lot of times I'll tell patients, let's start with one treatment, whatever fits into your budget, downtime, etc. Then next thing you're ready, we'll do another treatment. And we kind of alternate treatments, so we're getting different mechanisms of action. And that really, in my opinion, works best for the neck. So I am here to help you, here to consult with you. I can help you determine what is going to work best for you and your budget. And here are some other things that can help you decide. So jawline. This is one of the first things I look at patients when I'm examining their neck. Do we need support in the jawline? Do you know that our bones resorb over time? Think about it, especially for women. We can get osteoporosis over time. We can get frail over time. We have a shrinking head over time. And so we don't want that, because the skin stays the same size and it just comes down and collects in this area. So if we can put some structure back here, this bone tends to go down very quickly. So if we can put some structure back here, pull back, that will help with the neck skin, define the jawline, separate the neck from the face, which gets blurred over time. A lot of times this blurs together. So if we separate the face from the neck, that's also very useful. Also, when we support it, we're preventing the sagging. So we are saying, no, thank you. We don't want a smaller face. We want our skin up here. Thank you very much. We're going to put some structure here. It's going to slow your rate of aging. If you feel like your skin is very thin, it's crepey, it seems extremely delicate, it's just not thick like it used to be, these modalities are great for thickening the skin. Here are some things that distinguish them. This is useful for me, and it's also been useful for my patients when we're discussing this in consultation. Softwave has no downtime. Fraxel can really help with pigmentation, and threading pulls back this little turkey neck or chicken neck in this area. So speaking of turkey neck, chicken neck, what are the options for treating this area? Well, we talked about this on Cheryl. I like Radiesse and I like threading for that area. I think those are the two that stand out the most, but really any of these modalities will help. It's just going to be a work in progress because there are multiple things contributing to the turkey neck. So a combination approach is best for most people. A combination approach is what I've had done for myself and which led to the most amazing compliment. And a combination approach is what I recommend for most of my patients. So while we don't have the magic bullets for neck treatments, we don't have a single thing that's as effective as surgery. We are so lucky, in my opinion, to have things that are safe, effective, and predictable to help slow the aging in that process. So thank you so much for tuning in today. We have a giveaway for you. This is my favorite neck cream. It is from the brand Alastin, and it uses Alastin's Trihex technology to remove damaged collagen and elastin and allow for the production of new. It's also got antioxidants in it and some natural extracts like flaxseed extract to help with hydration of the skin. So this neck cream, in my opinion, has the most data behind being effective. And the earlier you start with something like this, the better it is because the more preventative you can be. This is from the company, but this is their before and after of someone using only this product daily. Okay, here are your promos. Here's your reward for sitting in on this. So we have 3 levels of promos. The first level is the Neck Refresh. It is going to include a cosmetic consultation with me, and we're going to get your strategy down. We're going to get a short-term and a long-term goal. We're also going to include 2 syringes of Radiesse. Usually I do these as 2 separate treatments. You are going to choose, we're going to decide together if you want Sofwave or Agnes treatment with Maya. And then I'm also going to do a 10% TCA peel on the neck. That is something so easy for you that will improve your skin texture, tone, and stimulate collagen a little bit. We're going to give you one of those neck creams to protect your investment and prevent aging. And this is just kind of fun. I was just being goofy this morning and threw this in. We are going to have access to Neck Day. So we have a couple dates that are very soon, so you don't have to wait to schedule. And we are dedicating these things to Neck Day because when we were preparing this presentation, I just thought to myself, we need to really start focusing more on necks. So we're going to start building our portfolio of protocols and before and afters for necks. So as part of that, we're doing a Neck Day, special scheduling. There'll probably be additional promos on that day, and it's just going to be extra fun. So you can see the price is $32.50. You save $600 on that package. Level 2, all of those things plus a Fraxel for the neck. Fraxel for the neck stimulates a huge amount of collagen, and it also will prevent sagging and help with brown spots, sun damage, etc. Incidentally, if you haven't heard me say this before, Fraxel is FDA approved to treat precancers, which leads to less incidence of non-melanoma skin cancers. So it's extremely great for your skin, and it is a laser. A laser uses light as an energy source. So we are approaching your neck in multiple different modalities, which in my opinion is way more effective than just doing one thing several times. So this promo price is $3,500. So you are getting that Fraxel on your neck for just $250 more. That is a fabulous deal. You're saving $1,000. I think you might even be saving more than that, but I'd have to double check the numbers. Anyhow, level 3, you are getting the ultimate neck transformation. So you get all of those things, except instead of the Agnes or Sofwave, you're getting a threading treatment. So full threading treatment, threading is a bit more expensive. It takes a lot of time. it is very impactful. So if you feel like threading is the way you want to go, you would choose the level 3. You're also going to get Radiesse to enhance your results, Fraxel to do resurfacing of the top. We'll do the threads on the bottom, and the price is $47.50, and you save $1,150. I highly encourage you, especially if you've been thinking about this, to take advantage of these promos. These are available for the rest of the day. We will send you an email after this, but you could also call us, text us, or email us. And the special cosmetics line is on the screen, 480-651-4989. So we talked about how to get this promo. So in summary, you too can be a swan. You can get compliments on your neck, even when you're not looking for them, and when you're not particularly feeling confident, which was me on the day I got this compliment. And I think you deserve that. So we will go back to Aunt Cheryl. Let me put the camera on pause. And if you're interested in watching Radiesse of the neck, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll do it. If not, you can feel free to log off. Thank you so much. I hope I see you in the office soon. This, thank you. I'll take this, thank you. And then Cheryl, I'll give you a little stress ball. I doubt you'll need it, but
Okay.
just in case.
All right.
All right, guys, we're back. And Cheryl, how was the soft wave?
It was great. It was very pain-free.
It's amazing. So those of you who've had the soft wave, remember that. This is your second treatment of soft wave, or
I think
third?
Third.
Third treatment for her. Well, you did your face and neck before, or just face?
So
Both. Okay, so she's done face and neck. This is her third treatment. And does it seem to get like less painful every time, would you say? Or
less painful, and the technique she used helped.
helped? Okay.
Yes.
So the longer we have had the soft wave, the more our technique, actually with any device, the more our technique changes. We're always trying to change, get better, make things easier for our patients. So, and that includes our technique with the soft wave. So she said it was pain-free. Did I hear that?
Yes.
Pain-free? Okay, everyone, you heard it here first. Pain-free. She does not get anything for saying that. We're going to do the treatment for her either way. She'll still be my aunt either way. So thank you. Okay, so now we'll do the filler. All right, Cheryl, we talked a little bit about how this is going to feel. It's just going to feel like there's a little cannula going in and out. Audience, this is one of those things, it's much easier to experience than to actually watch. But for those of you who are curious, we'll do this. So this is a little entry point for the cannula. And let's actually, Cheryl, if you don't mind, go ahead and take your earrings out if you don't
Okay.
mind. Thank you so much. And I'll take this. Thank you. So we are doing a technique called hyperdilute radius. And like I mentioned earlier, this is how we get the most collagen stimulation. We add some liquid to the filler. We still inject the same amount of filler. We're injecting more volume that stimulates the collagen more. Okay, so here we go. And little push here. So the neck can be a little bit bandy. And then, good job, Cheryl. Here comes the filler. And then we're just dispersing this filler pretty much evenly in this area. So that's, sorry, Cheryl, a little pressure. So that we're getting that thickening. And then it's kind of like just planting a little collagen seed. And that thickens the skin over time and increases the radiance of the skin, like I mentioned several times. And then it's kind of nice because when I'm working on her, I'm noticing a few little bumps that I'm going to freeze for you if you want me to.
Okay.
And we don't have to do it today, but we could do it another day too. But whenever you want me to, I'll get rid of these little bumps to keep the skin nice and smooth. So looks weird, feels a little weird, but it's not too bad. What do you think, Cheryl? You feel like it's doable?
Oh, I'm not feeling much of anything.
Wonderful. So pretty darn easy. And then we're just going to do that again. I'm probably going to move my little entry point so we get some of this skin up here. Thank you. So we get a little refill. This is where the increased volume comes in. Cheryl, go straight forward for me. So again, we have a little extra volume, so it's not completely fair to compare one side to the other. We can see by injecting the extra volume, we're getting that tightening. Don't you guys think this looks better already than like when we started 50 minutes ago? Now, she's not sitting straight up, but we'll do that at the end. But you can see just so much better in this location. All right, and let's use the pilot and the light again. I'll probably move my entry point a little bit. All right, Cheryl, move to or turn your head away from me, please. I think right there. There we go. Little pinch. Do you feel this at all?
Not really.
Okay.
I
Just
think
a
you did
little.
a good job getting me numb.
Thank you. I think you're a great patient. Okay, now. Here we go. So, might feel a few of these, but then it'll go numb. There is lidocaine in the filler. Amazing job. Amazing, Cheryl. Again, kind of feels weird because of the angle I'm going at. Actually, the trickiest part is just ergonomically getting injections in the patient just so. This is going to be so good. Because she's thickened her skin with the soft wave, she's going to have a great response to this treatment. So this multi-modality approach really makes sense because you're just hitting it from different, hitting this aging from multiple different mechanisms of action. And you can see she's not even going to have a mark on her when we're done. She's probably have her ice a little bit today, avoid workouts today and tomorrow, but she's not going to have any bruising. Okay. So that is one side, easy. I do have her massage her neck. This on here. When she's washing her face. So the next 5 days, you'll just give a little massage here, and that ensures the radius just lays down nice and flat. And that will be like having the little collagen seeds all spread out evenly in a row. I know you're a gardener, so spread out evenly so there's not clumps of collagen seeds. Oh, that's so nice. That's going to be great. Okay, so I will do the other side off camera. I am going to sit her up so we can just take a look at how she's looking. We have done 2 major anti-aging treatments today, and look how unaffected she is. She's just going to go about her day. She looks like nothing's happened. Okay, Cheryl, go ahead and sit forward for me and just kind of go to neutral. You can see already, look how much smoother she is, both from the soft wave and then on this side, because I pulled back a little bit. And then when I do this, oops, sorry, dear. When I do the same on the other side, it's going to be really beautiful like that. So Cheryl, this is so cool. You are on your way to a swan neck.
Okay. I like that idea.
Yes. Thank you everyone so much for tuning